As you know, we're broadcasting from Sydney, Australia, which is a place that is right now devastated and utterly heartbroken after this Islamist terror attack against Jews on the first night of Hanukkah on Bondi Beach. As innocent people gathered on a balmy Sunday evening to celebrate light, love and life at what should be one of the safest places on earth, Jews were gunned down in cold blood, and hundreds of others, locals and tourists, had to run for their lives. There is so much heartbreak and so much anger right now. If only there were warning signs. There were plenty of them and they were ignored. For the last 2 years, anti-Semitism has been escalating out of control in this country. On October 8, 2023, activists chanted "F the Jews" on the steps of the Sydney Opera House. Just a few months ago, extremists and plenty of useful idiots marched along the Sydney Harbour Bridge where anti-Semitic chants, "River to the sea, death to the IDF," were chanted loudly by many, as several protesters held up terror symbols as well as posters of terrorists. For more than 2 years, here in Australia, Jews have been targeted. Synagogues have been burned, homes have been vandalised. Messages such as "Killed the Jews" have been spray painted on walls, while left-wing activists and social media personalities have been using their profiles to demonise Zionists. Australia's Special Envoy to combat anti-Semitism, Gillian Segal, handed down her report with a plan to combat anti-Semitism back in July. The Albanese government has been sitting on it, not bothering to implement it, or certainly not enough of it, while Jews here in Australia have been fearing for the worst. And now 15 innocent people, including a 10-year-old girl named Matilda, they have been killed in the most senseless, horrific way. Now, shortly after the news broke of a deadly shooting at Bondi Beach, I went to the scene and spoke with many people who were still traumatised after running for their lives and witnessing people being murdered right next to them. Here is part of my conversation with one woman who still had blood on her dress when she spoke to me.
And suddenly I just started to hear all the gunshots and people are flying in the air in front of me. Couldn't believe it. I thought it's a joke. I was terrified. I didn't know where my son was, and I saw my mother. I was calling her and she didn't answer.
And she was one of the lucky ones. She survived. We are mourning the loss of 15 innocent people. A colleague of ours here at Sky News, Ricky Studensky, is mourning the loss of his friend, known as the Bondi Rabbi, Rabbi Eli Schlanger.
Pretty heartbroken at the moment. Like, I think it's a shock to see that someone you know very closely and always told you to show the best of Judaism to people is gone. It's a man that I was close with, Eli Schlanger and his family, or the Rabbi Ullman's family as well. They were part of. He was the son-in-law. It was to see him gone all of a sudden. I was shocked because this is such an innocent man who dedicated his life to actually being peaceful, bringing other Jews closer to Judaism, and being a good person. And seeing someone like that is very, very hard, and there's no words to describe it.
I also spoke with Rabbi Eli Schlanger's father-in-law, Rabbi Ullman.
We are family, all family, and despite the fact that the grief for one person is a grief for the second. See, there's an outpour of love today, for my grief, and the same thing goes to everybody else's. The Jewish people are family, and one feels the pain of the other. And as impossible as it may seem at the moment, we get through it. Because we have no choice.
I also spoke with his close friend, Rabbi Eli Feldman.
He was someone who just cared for everyone. He didn't, whether you were the richest or the poorest or the mightiest or the lowest, it didn't matter. He just saw a holy soul.
And he was like a brother to you.
Like a brother.
I mean, how are there words to describe the type of pain that you must be in?
It's not about me. He's got a grieving widow.
Thousands of people have been making their way to Bondi Beach to lay flowers, say prayers, shed tears and light candles as we process this act of evil on Bondi Beach and, of course, honour those killed.
The more we persecuted, the stronger we are. That's why we've survived thousands of years, from Egypt's days. And we will always, we say as Jews, one life is a whole world, and each person who died, is everybody. For a rabbi, a good man who has 5 children, a little baby, to be gunned down in cold blood, and so many others. It's not. Yeah. I was at Bondi yesterday swimming, having the time of my life, and this happens in the same spot. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Plenty of people in Bondi proudly wearing and waving the Israeli flag, also with a message to our leaders that they have failed the Jewish community.
We believe that the government has not
shown initiative.
Yeah, shown initiative and stood up and...
If October the 8th, if they had stopped that at the Opera House, if they had stopped, this wouldn't have happened. We need to show strong leadership. Penny Wong didn't even go to October the 7th sites when she was there. That is a disgrace. If you represent our country, you've got to see both sides. It's a disgrace. We need new leadership, and we need to see change right away. Otherwise, this will happen again and again. It's enough.
If when you see graffiti saying kill the Jews, and when we firebomb people's cars in Wallara, and when we light synagogues on fire, you're all safe, and we're sending more police out. But yeah, unfortunately, I felt like this was going to happen, and I am like, just come on.
Funeral preparations are right now underway. We are mourning the loss of 15 innocent people, including Rabbi Eli Schlanger, a Holocaust survivor, Alex Kleitman, who survived the Holocaust but did not survive the Bondi massacre, and of course the youngest victim in this tragedy, 10-year-old Matilda. Her family has given Sky News permission to share this video that was taken the afternoon that she was killed. Our hearts are with the Jewish community and all of those whose loved ones were killed. May their memory be a blessing.